Guys, welcome back. So it's Easter weekend coming up in 2 days. It's also my birthday on Easter, and I have my grandkids tomorrow all day from like 9 to 7 o'clock or something like that. So I'm not going to get a chance to make a video this weekend. So we're just going to do another something simple, but along the lines of what I am trying to accomplish, and that is like moss agate. So I've got all this silver on there. I guess it doesn't matter, but so I'm going to pull out some of these translucent. And yeah, we're going to break them up in chunks and do our little thingamajigger here. And you know me, I'm not a green person. I like green if it's dark or a different color. I just don't like straight, like Christmas green. Don't like it at all. Love apple green, pea green, spring green, but just a regular green, I just don't like them. So this is going to take a while for all this to dry, but I was thinking of making two different slabs here. Because what is another thing that looks really good with green? It's purple. So I might pull some of this and make a green and purple one at the same time, since I've got so much here. And I'm cutting these really small because I want a lot of color on this. Like I'm chopping onion here. So we'll do one more. If you make your chunks bigger, then when you go and make your blocks, you know, they're just going to be big and it's only going to be the color on the outside, so you might have a lot of translucent in the middle. This is the first time I've ever chopped them up this small, and I'm hoping it makes a difference. We can leave a couple big ones in here, I guess. So this should make a lot. Okay, so we're going to do a pile over here of green. I'm going to do a pile over here of green. I'm going to do some purple. Oh, maybe I don't have enough. I'm going to do some white. I don't need that much white, so I'm just going to pull a little bit of that out. And I do want a little bit of pink to do that, kind of what we did with the makumigani the other day. So this is white, right? That's going to be white. That's going to be white. This, we just need a little bit of pink. I think we're good. Because I'm going to do two green and a purple. And then one. So maybe we'll just do a little more. We'll make this white. This white. Hopefully we got enough. Okay, so this is tree agate. And that's pretty much white, and it's got this really, really dark green. And I don't have any moss agate, which is really weird because I always have agate. I just don't have a whole lot of moss. Okay, but you can see the color. It's kind of like a, I don't know, in a way it's kind of like a green patina. So I pulled out, now I've got beads bouncing. I pulled out some green that I thought would work good, and that is something called moss. It's a Ranger Rick, and it looked pretty close to that. I was going to add a couple more colors of the green, but I thought once I mix in the pink and the white that that's probably going to spread into those, so I may not need them. So we're just going to do the moss, and I'm just going to grab just a little tool to move it around. Oh, I mean, that's a perfect color. This really looks like that. Okay, so I can make one that's just plain old moss and white. So maybe I might need a little bit more white. Okay, and I'm just kind of mixing it to get all of my edges covered. And this is going to take a while to dry, so I've got a empty house for a few hours. So I ran in here as soon as they all ran out the door to do their own chores. Okay, so we got the moss. And there's my dog saying hello. Okay, and then I found this Fiesta. Okay, what do I need? 2 whites. I don't know if I'm going to use this much pink. Or do I make 2 and put, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out, guys. We'll go ahead and add the pink. So it's not really going to be moss agate. If I wanted it to be moss agate, I would leave out the pink and just do that green and the white, which is why I might end up splitting a little bit of that green. Or I may just cut out another chunk of that green and just do that in white, and we'll end up having 3 slabs, but we'll probably have a lot of cool earrings and pendants to go with this. I don't know, I just think those 2 colors look really good. Okay, it's gonna be bright, but we're gonna try it. I could have done maybe a magenta, but I think that's gonna make that green pop. Okay, so for this one, we are going to use, let's see, what's a really nice green that I can use? Everglades, that might be a little dark. I'm gonna set that right there. That might be good. Okay, so we're going to use Everglade. So that's another kind of dark green. This reminds me of a Christmas green. So it might be a little too dark. No, it might actually look really nice. And I think it was overkill on the amount of alcohol ink that I put in here. So go small, and then if it's not enough, add a little more. I always somehow add a whole lot more than I need. Okay, so there's the green. Wipe off my tool. And now we just need a nice purple. So this one is Vineyard. These are all Ranger Rick. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's going to be pretty stark if I use that purple. That's really dark. But then with the white, you know, that might be okay. So what the heck? We're going to do it. So I'm just going to add a little less on this one. And if I can drag that over. Okay, let's use an old blade here. This is extremely messy, but totally worth it at the end. Okay, so let's wipe off my blade, and then all we need left is white. So let me grab some alcohol. Now, if you're asking, I know there's all kinds of brands out there, but if you're looking for a really good white, I like the Pinata over anything else. It just seems to be a little bit more opaque than what I've used. So I'm using the Pinata white, and yeah, I found that online. I figured, oh, what the heck, I use white all the time. And then they give you these little teeny bottles that you can put it in. So that's the one that I'm using. Okay. So now, I keep hearing a telephone, and I'm running my printers behind me, so every now and then they give their own little language talk, and you get some weird sounds that come out of there. Okay, well that's not good because I'm getting a little pink in that one. So I'll use that with that. Oh, somehow I got a little pink right there too, and I don't know where that came from. Okay, so now we've got all our colors mixed up. We're just going to let them dry, and I'll come back every now and then, kind of turn them around and do it again, and just keep going back and forth until I can touch them. Yeah, I don't know where this pink is coming from. Maybe wiping it with my towel that had a little bit of pink on it. I'm not quite sure how I got pink on there. So, alrighty, so there's your big messy pile. So now we're going to let that dry. It's probably going to be, I don't know, I'm going to say 20 minutes to a half hour or so. And we'll just come back. And then this is what you do. You know, you just come back and forth like this. And I know this purple looks really, really dark, but once we put it in and spread it out, it's going to be lighter. So I'm not going to worry about that one too much. Okay, and then just come back and, you know, move it around, move it out of that pile if you want over there, so it's not sitting in a puddle. And same with that one. This one's almost dry right here. And I'm not going to touch the white because I know that I'll get this stuff all over it. Okay, and that's almost dry as well. So we will see you in a little bit when we get this dried up. So I'll talk to you then. Alrighty, so we're pretty much all dry. We got a little bit of wetness in here, but if I wait any longer, I might not have time to finish what I'm doing. So we're going to take the moss green and the white and that pink that I used, put that in a pile. And then we're going to take the green and the purple, and we're going to put it in this pile. So my biggest thing is whether or not I want to add gold leaf to it. For this one, I wasn't really thinking of it, but definitely with the gold, or the gold will have to go on the purple and the green because I know it's going to look really good. So I'm not even going to clean this up right now. So I'm going to do this on my own. If I add the gold, then it's not really going to give me that look that I'm going for. But gold would just make it look so pretty, you know? Alright, we're going to go and add it. I talked myself into it. So let me grab some gold leaf. And yes, I am wearing gloves today, even though I need to get my nails done. I just haven't had time to sit down and get them done. But I'm not going to put a whole lot of gold leaf in there. This one probably. And this purple is just so dark. I'm hoping I made the right choice. Okay, well that big chunk came off of my hands and there's no way I'm saving it, so I'm just gonna stick it right in there. Thankful for 2 hands. I think that goes with that one. Okay. So now we're just gonna squish these in a nice little square. You know the drill, and yes, it turned out a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be. And I think with the white, it's gonna give us both a nice fuchsia color, and it's gonna give us a really nice light pink. As far as what do you call it, measurements or ratio, I don't know. I have a feeling I might have put maybe as much pink as I did green. Hopefully not. Air bubbles, not worried about it, because once I cut it, I'm gonna have to lay it out anyways. Alright, so now we're gonna do this one. See, this one came out bigger. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so once I get this into a block, I'm going to take the gloves off because I cannot work with gloves on. This one's just having a little more of a tough time. Okay, so let me clean this. Just gonna pour straight alcohol on it. And wipe all this down. It's amazing how much you get on there. Okay, and then you're going to want to make sure it's dry, or it'll just undo everything you just did. Okay, so I think that's dry. Alright, there's my gloves. And yes, I know my hands are going to get icky, but I won't be touching that much. I really do like this one. I just really hope... Oh, yes, guys, this one is pretty. Oh my gosh, I really like this color combo. Okay, well, we know that one worked, darn it, and I don't have a whole lot of this, so, but now that I know what color I used, I'm thinking of just going that way. We're just going to do 4, and see how I've got that pink with that pink, so I'm going to turn that pink over, I'm going to turn that pink over, and I'm going to do the same with that. Okay, now let's see what happens when we cut into this one. The purple might be a little darker than I wanted. And I am going to do the same thing. This one's a little bit more spread out. Oop, I'll put a little bit of that one there. Okay, so now we're going to grab a piece of printer paper. We're going to flatten this out. I didn't get too much on me, so it dried pretty well. Now, there's two ways you can do this. You can use your brayer and go back and forth, or you can put it in your pasta machine. Now, if you like these tiny, tiny little areas, like these little, just these little chunks, do not put it through your pasta machine. If you put it through the pasta machine, you're really going to spread and you're going to make elongated, which some people like, and that's not a bad thing. But I like the chunks. This one I'm really liking the chunks, so I'm going to leave that just the way it is. Oh, I really love this color. Wow. Alright, so what did we use? We used moss. And what was the pink that we used? I think it was Fiesta. I know it wasn't Flamingo. I think it was Fiesta. I'm so sorry. I'll have to look at it, the video later, because I don't remember what pink I used. And I hope I told you guys. Okay. Oh. Still a little sticky. And dogs are going crazy, so I think that's my mailman picking up my packages. So let me go make sure and I'll be right back. Alrighty, well, that was the Amazon guy, not my mailman. So it's going to happen again with the dogs barking. So the biggest issue I have now is trying to figure out what shape to make these. I really want to make this a cameo, like a cab. So for this one, yes, and I didn't make enough, but since this is just a demo, I can always go back and make more. This one I'm going to take a piece of saran wrap and I'm going to double it. I don't know if that's going to cut all the way through. And I'm not worried about marking it because I will sand it. I'm wondering if it'll create enough resistance to push it up a little higher. It did. It actually worked. Okay, so there's one. And then the biggest thing is, you know, I think this with a dagger is just gorgeous. But all my earrings are so big. I don't know if I want to go small. Okay, I'm going to do a 175 of these. So I'm going to come right here on the edge and utilize as much of the edge as I can do. See, to me, it just doesn't give me enough. I was also wanting to use one of these. I'm going to do this. Make sure you push down on your center cuts too. A lot of people forget to do that. Okay, I'm going to put this right here where it's got a lot of the pink. And I'm going to put this one, since this one's got more green in the middle, I'm going to do that. Okay. And for the heck of it, we're going to do the same thing with the purple. So I'm going to take this bottom corner and I'm going to do the same kind of cutout just to make like a cab. It didn't give me as much of a push, but that's okay. So on this one, I'm going to grab that there. These are a little smaller. Oh, I can't wait to put these in the oven. Let's see what they end up coming out looking like. I don't know if it'll darken much, but okay. And I need one more of those, so we're going to come right here in the corner. Okay, so now I have an idea what I'm going to use for the top of those, but just in case I change my mind. I have enough to do these, so I'll grab a couple of those. But the one thing good about this, let me grab... Okay, and because these are really sticky, because, you know, they're alcohol ink, make sure when you come through with your blade that you're kind of angling it down so it gets all the way down. I'm not texturing the back of these because I think both sides will probably be resined. I think my son just came home. I hear a motorcycle. So I'm going to hit pause so I can shut my door so they don't come in here and start talking on the video. But I want to lift these up and show you what they look like now. Yes, that is my son. I'll be right back. Okay, I just told him to be a little quiet when he comes in. Don't come barreling in. Yes, this is still really sticky. I'll show you what you could do with them, which you already know what I'm going to do with them. We're going to use them again and get a couple more shapes out of it. I'm really liking that pink and that green. I don't know if it's a little too much pink, but this is what I wanted to do yesterday, so that's how I needed to do it. That's just a weird piece. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So I'm going to set these up a little bit nicer before they go in the oven like that, and then I will come back and show you what they look like all sanded and resin. So see you in a bit. Hey guys, we're back. Excuse the mess that I've got on my table. I am taking Rebecca's advice with all that scrap clay that we had. Do you remember that one that we did where we stamped it and then put the white and the black behind it and then shaved it? We are going to do that tonight. So I'm kind of separating the colors to see how that looks. I'm not going to do it on camera because you already know how to do it and I don't want to bore you guys. But anyways, why am I getting into that? So let me show you what we got from today. So these were the pieces. I didn't resin all of them because I have a tumbler and it's got a lot of beads in it, but I won't turn it on until I get enough beads in it. And I keep resining and finishing products on videos when I talk to you that nothing's going in the tumbler. So I figured I would just do a couple of pieces so I can throw the rest in there and hurry up and fill that up so that I can get some pieces done. So what I did as well was I went back. Okay, so you can't really see the green, and it's really dark in here. But I just love that pink. But the moss green was really, really dark. So what I did was I came back. Okay, so this is the other one. You can see little bits of the moss green in the corners. So this is what I wanted it to do. But I didn't quite get the color perfect. I think I've got way too much pink. And that, I mean, all I have to do is put alcohol on the top. And you'll see the shine. You'll see how that'll look. But anyways, I went back and made just a little slab. And instead of only using the moss green and the pink, I added bottle. That's the color of the green. The name is bottle. And it kind of looks like bottle green. So I added a little bit of the bottle green to this one. I don't know how well you can see this. But you can see a lot more green, and then there's some green mixed with the white. This was a really good example of that. You can really see the green. I know it's showing really dark on camera, and I know my camera is trying to focus. So we're going to finish the rest of those. And I'm just going to put a pendant bail right on top. That's all I'm going to do is put a bail on the top, and it's set for a pendant. This is that other slab we had, the purple. And obviously I haven't done any of these. I still gotta finish sanding them. But there, you'll get kind of an idea. And I like this green a lot. And I think this was the Everglades. And what was that purple that we did? I think it was Vineyard. You know, so you could even go lighter on that. But this one is resin. So let me show you this one. Yeah. Okay, so it's so hard when I have really bad light in my room. I wish I could lighten this up a little bit. But it looked really, really pretty. There you go. You can kind of see it if I move it around a little bit. So that's it. So now I'm going to just be in here. I have my grandkids all day tomorrow, so I'm kind of trying to clean up because they will get in here and play with all this stuff. So I'm going to get what I want done, and then I'll leave Clay out and they can do whatever they want. But that's it. I probably will not talk to you till next week. So for all of you that celebrate Easter, happy Easter to you. And in Greek we say Christos Anesti, but again, Greek Easter is not until May, so I'll say that again another time, but that means Christ is risen, and we respond as Alithos Anesti, which means truly he is risen. So there, you got a little Greek lesson today. So anyways, we're going to go, and we will probably talk to you on Wednesday of next week. So we'll see you later. Bye.